Gentlemen, start your engine!
Drivers, start your engines!
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Remember what I told all my drivers? Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time! Drivers, start your engines!
And gentlemen, start your engine!
And welcome back to another episode of the Green White Checkered. We are back after a 2-week Olympic break, and I gotta say, I kind of liked it. And we got a lot to talk about. We got 2 weeks of news. We got probably the most what the fuck ending to a race I've ever seen. If you know what moon car is, it's a moon car race finish, I should say.
Great way to put it, actually.
Yeah, we got a lot of reactions to go through. We're hoping to have some penalties today. That didn't happen. Sounds like tomorrow. But yeah, let's just hop into it. Richmond Cup race. Austin Dillon wins after a green-white checkered restart where he dumps Logano and then dumps Denny Hamlin to win the race. Who wants to go first on this? Austin. You're about to say
No, it's fine. I'll go. I'll go. Wow. What is there to say besides what's already been said? I don't know. I think that was a phrase I'm coming up with just off my head. Chicken shit. I think I'm the first person to describe it as that. Just not unexpected. That was probably the first race I've ever been cheering for Joey Logano in because I wanted him to win over Austin Dillon. And I was like, literally saw the way they stacked up in the front row. I was like, oh, God. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm cheering for Joey. Yeah. And then just for that to happen, the bump and the big bump, sure. Whatever, expected.
You knew the Logano bump was going to happen, right?
Yeah. The Logano bump, I'm like, okay, sure. He's going to send it playoff position from 30. This is the only way he's making it. It's the closest he's been to a win all year. Obviously, he's going to send it. That's fine, I guess. Whatever. What I didn't expect was the left turn into the right rear quarter panel of Denny as Denny's coming to the flag. I saw that first shot of Logano going up the wall and Denny cutting the inside. I was like, oh, Denny's got it easily. And then cut to the next angle and Denny's going into the wall. That was unexpected. And that was where I think it gets into kind of the chicken shit aspect. I think if you do one of those, if you do the Logano bump, even if you win the race after that, it's like, okay, expected. I think the Logano bump, obviously, do the Denny move by itself, it's bad, right? But do Logano bump and the Denny bump, now the Logano bump's bad because you've made it bad because now clearly you're just going out there wrecking anybody who's going to try to pass you. So horrible move. Austin Dillon still yet to get a legitimate win.
Texas 2020.
That was the Quinn Half caution that got him that win.
Yeah.
I refuse to give Austin Dillon a legitimate win. The thing is, I don't know if you were done it, Austin, but he about had a legitimate win, and then Ricky Stenhouse of all people caused the chaos. But it was Busch, even though it was expected with the Joey. It's Busch.
He was the fastest car.
Yeah,
he was.
He was. Which is wild because he's 30 seconds in points all year. Clearly,
he's the top RCR driver,
right? But clearly, in points, no. I'm saying going into this weekend, RCR was out the lunch all year, right?
That was bait, and I wasn't accepting it.
Oh, yeah. You didn't expect them. Then they were fast top 5 in qualifying or in practice, and where did this come from, right? They've been crap all year, and then he about gets his legit win, and then his legit win becomes illegitimate. It was Busch League, and obviously I have a strong anti-Austin Dillon bias. That's no surprise, but you expected him to move Joey, but from 4 car lengths back, he didn't even think about lifting. And look, and that's the unfortunate part of this playoff system. It causes drivers to have to do that, where they
That's his only shot in the next 3 or 4 weeks that he's going to have to win a race. Well, maybe Daytona because that's a crapshoot.
Right.
But realistically, his only shot to win a race, and this playoff system made him not lift and wreck Joey and then right hook Denny. Like that, I know NASCAR wants their Game 7 moment, but that is too far. That is like, there's one thing with, the Alex Bowman and the Denny at Martinsville and Joey and Martin at Martinsville. Like, those are totally different. Like, in iRacing, you get suspended for 2 weeks for doing 10% of that. And we'll see what happens. We'll talk about penalties later, I'm sure, but I expected it, but I still hate it.
iRacing did post on Twitter that they would not allow that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Tough for NASCAR. Well, no series would. I mean, even Cars Tour, they had an issue the other week, last week, or the other week where they had the same thing, and they handled it. Like, I don't know why. Like, I get it. We are a contact sport and all that stuff, but I don't understand why we can't have some guardrails, to prevent a clown show from happening. Right. I was listening to some of the other podcasts, and Bianchi was one who's like, and I seen the sentiment shared on Twitter too, like, just, we don't want to over police this sport and make it like F1. It's like, why is it? It's either the Wild West, right, or like over policing. Like, why can't we find a middle? To me, Austin Dillon, even just hitting Joey Logano was too far, because like, he was clearly never going to make that corner. You sent it in from 8 miles back and just threw it in to clean him out. And I just don't like it. I'm not a Joey Logano fan either. Like, I just don't care for that kind of move. And then you add in the Denny Hamlin aspect, it's just even worse. And I don't know, I think, if you're within a car length or two of the guy, and you're right there on his bumper and you move him out of the way, that's one thing, because you're actually there, you're within a shot. But it's just like, I mean, like, if he's half a car length further back, I don't think he actually even touches Joe. He just sails it up and gets into the wall. So I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like somebody just, and now he goes from 32nd in points to being able to run for a championship. Like, to me, that's just horse shit. I don't like somebody who's been that awful all year, all of a sudden now is 16th in points. Like, that's just, that's just shitty to me. And like, all the people on Twitter likening him to Dale Earnhardt. Like, could you think of a worse insult to Dale Earnhardt Sr.?
Dale Earnhardt, so bad.
Than saying, Austin Dillon, he's living on the Dale Earnhardt dream, or whatever the fuck people are saying. Like, no. For one, Dale Earnhardt Sr. never would have been 32nd in points.
Yep.
No. Dale would have fucking punched Austin if we would have seen that happen. Like, come on. It's just,
people have like this misconception of Senior. Like, I get it. He's the intimidator. He's the rough and tumble guy, but it wasn't like he was just out there bulldozing people left and right. And I'm pretty sure a lot of times when he did do shit like that, he got penalized for it. Like, I saw a clip from Richmond where he turned, I guess it would have been Darrell Waltrip at the time in the 11. Darrell Waltrip drove the 11, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
So it might have been Darrell Waltrip. I don't know really, where he right hooked Darrell Waltrip, but I read somewhere that he got a penalty for that. So it's like, yeah, he did aggressive shit, but he got penalized for it. Like, there was a time where we would police this stuff, and I just, I wish we could get back to that again. We should have the bumps and bangs and all that stuff. That's great, but there is a line where it's just silliness.
Here's my unpopular opinion. I don't hate a lack of penalty here. Like, the right hook, maybe, but I don't know. So, like, a part of me just loves the self-policing. Like, well, first off, I had several people who never watched NASCAR talk to me about this finish like this week. Like, they were like, "Oh, Austin, you're a NASCAR fan, right? Like, did you see that? What did you think of that finish?" And so I'm like, that's kind of cool. Obviously it's not a great way to be in the news that's happening, but still, like, gets eyes on the sport, I guess, which I don't think necessarily, that's not my argument, is that we need to keep it as a PR move. But I mean, a cool little byproduct of it. People were talking about NASCAR. But my answer to that was, I was like, well, the good thing is that Austin Dillon's not finishing a race probably for the rest of the season. Definitely not in the playoffs.
No.
Which I love. Like, that's just going to make it so entertaining, because not only is obviously Joey pissed, and not only is Denny pissed, but the entire field was like, that was a horrible move. So I don't think anyone's giving Austin Dillon an inch the rest of the season, let alone in the playoffs. I think that it's going to create a lot of entertaining moments, which again, I don't love the idea of sport. Like, sports is entertainment, but I don't like the idea of not penalizing something just for the sake of entertainment. That's not really my argument. It's more that, I don't know, the self-policing nature is kind of fun for the sport overall, which maybe that is my argument. That's entertaining. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't hate them not penalizing it. Part of me is like, and obviously NASCAR's not going to have the guts to, I think, strip a win from him right now, especially with Mr. Childress kind of being, an influential figure in the sport. But I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't hate it as much as I think the next guy hates it. You know what I mean?
I think my problem with it is that we don't allow for self-policing. Like, so like if somebody comes out and cleans out,
then he's getting penalized.
Like Joey said, it's coming back. Joey said, I'm going to get him back. So if Joey next week goes out and clearly turns Austin Dillon, he's going to get a penalty. So like, I don't like that. Like, I mean, even look at Ricky Stenhouse this year. Kyle Busch took Ricky Stenhouse out at the All-Star race, and Ricky Stenhouse decided he was going to handle it and police it himself, and he ends up getting a $75,000 fine.
I mean, look at Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain.
Yeah, another one.
Gets big old fame or fine.
Yeah, Denny got what, $50K and 25 points for that. It's like we say self-policing, but we don't really self-police. So it's like NASCAR will let this happen, and this was my issue with Ross Chastain before. It was like NASCAR, and it was really with Ross Chastain, just like the officiating, where NASCAR will let guys run over each other for the sake of the win because it's, quote, just going for the win, and that's all fine and good. But then next week, I'm still pissed off because you ran me over, and I can't do anything about it. Like, now it's just pure retaliation, and you'll penalize me for it.
I guess
especially like Denny, just to finish my thought, and then I'll stop.
Yeah. You're good.
But like Denny and Joey, like, I mean, what are they really going to get into a war with Austin Dillon for? You know what I mean? Like, the only time I made a joke on Twitter, the only time they're going to see him is when they're lapping him.
I was going to say, when y'all tweeted that, I was like, we're not really seeing him much anyway. Like, they don't really need to do anything to keep him out of the second round of the playoffs.
No, he'll do just fine on his own, and I mean, we saw him just fumble that restart. Like, you put him in a position where he has to be clutch, and he just can't. So
yeah, I think here's my question, because I didn't watch all the post race interviews. Did Austin, I guess, at any point admit to intentionally wrecking at least Denny? Like Joey, sure, but I don't think they really care because it's a bump and run. Like, he meant to move him, but did he ever say, like, "Oh yeah, I turned Denny for the win"? You know what I mean?
I think he's still, because he was on Dale Jr. today, and he was basically, "Oh, Denny came up with like the racing line, and blah blah blah." Like, he won't own that he
had a pretty whack ass excuse. He's like talking about how you dime in the corner in Richmond. Like,
I like how he's trying to explain Richmond to Dale Jr.
and Dale's just like, resting Dale.
That's not how the corner works. And apparently, and I've also found out this week that a lot of NASCAR fans on Twitter don't understand how circles work. And like,
and
look,
like, Denny came up. It's like, no.
You're coming out of the corner. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
That's what one of the guys.
That's
what one of the guys said to me whenever he was asking me about the finish. He was like, "Yeah, well, like Denny was coming up." I'm like, "Yeah, because that's the racing line. Like, he's holding the racing line." That was what I kept telling. I was like, "Oh yeah, because anything, if you're starting out wide, going in middle, and then pushing out, like, that's the fastest way around a corner. So that's what he's doing. He's pushing out." And he's like, "Oh yeah," but I'm like, he's not a NASCAR fan, so obviously no harm towards him. But for the NASCAR fans who are like, "Well, Denny's coming up," it's like, huh? And
you track out in 4. Like, that's the line it takes. Even if you're on the bottom, you track out. Like,
it's not even like he was going all the way to the wall either, though. No. It's like he's going up half a lane, still leaving a lot of room, and it's just.
And I don't know what the SMT. What he was like
37 degrees more than he normally does.
Yes.
So,
but Denny came up.
And we have 3-spotter shenanigans as well.
Wreck him.
Was he saying wreck him to?
He was saying
that was for Denny. Was for Denny, or was it? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, I don't, because there's always that delay with spotter comms, and he was yelling it as he's wrecking Joey.
I think that was more for Denny, right? It had.
I don't know. In my mind, it was. I don't know. The argument could be made that it was more for Joey.
Denny. So I just figured with the spotter delay, it was for Denny.
Got
Well,
it.
I
I
wanna
think what I
go-
saw was he was saying it as he's like hitting Logano. So in my mind, he was calling it as he's entering the corner, getting ready to hit him. He's calling wreck him. Because then Denny's not even really in the picture yet until like a couple seconds later. But again, if you saw if it, maybe I'm remembering it wrong or whatever.
Well, he says wreck him, and then instantly, like right after it starts, like like we won type deal. So
right.
Well, I did
True,
forget
that's
that
true.
I put the tweet in our show sheet, but like the 11 comms, like right after the race, his spotter was saying, "Oh yeah, the 3 spotter came up and like he was like, what the hell, dude?" He's
said
like,
it's on him.
Oh yeah,
told him
that's
to-
right.
told him to wreck you. Like,
yeah, Lambert
what the hell?
said that the 3 spotter came over and told he said
Yeah.
he's sorry. I told him to do it.
Yeah.
Like that, you can't have
I forgot
spotters
about that.
doing that.
No.
So
Also, though, I don't know. Someone made this argument. They were like, they said, I hate when spotters, and I hate this too, per my disdain towards DVC. But they're like, I hate when spotters act like they're up there controlling remote control cars. I doubt Austin Dillon's hearing a word he's saying coming out of 4.
No.
And I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, maybe subconsciously he's hearing Wreckham. He's like, oh, okay, so it's okay for me to do this. But like he's not like, oh, I'm driving. Oh, Wreckham. Okay, like you know what I mean. Like he's doing his thing. He's not hearing anything the spotter's saying. Spotters have the biggest heads in the damn sport, and it's so
They
annoying.
do.
God.
what was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So here's my thing. When it comes to blocking, how many moves can you make on a block?
You get 1 block.
1 block.
So they
Yeah.
say.
Okay. When it comes to right hooking, how do we feel about it?
Can't do it.
So we basically had 2 moves, not a block, but a wreck in both instances, and we right hook somebody. How is this right? In no
Right.
way, shape, or form in my mind is this right. The Joey Logano one, if you did not see this coming, you were not a NASCAR fan. This was going to happen no matter what. He was going to dive it in. He was going to hit Joey. Does it surprise me that he completely blew it and was going to lose the race? No, it's Austin Dillon. He's not a good driver.
Yeah.
As we pointed out, kind of lucks into his wins, and it's just how it is. NASCAR has the opportunity here to set the bar. They're either going to make it to where this is not acceptable or it's going to be allowed, and we cannot allow this. This is not what I want to turn the TV on and watch. Denny said it. This is not the sport he wants to have his team in if this is allowed. So this is a huge thing for NASCAR here. And a fine isn't going to do it. A points penalty, not going to do it. You have to remove him from the playoffs.
Yeah.
He can keep the win. I don't care. That way I don't have to listen to people on, Twitter, Facebook saying, oh, they just handed Denny Hamlin the win because he's Denny Hamlin. No, he should not be in the playoffs. He's 32nd in points. For some reason, we moved the top 30 rule.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
just
too early.
Yeah.
I don't
It-
get it.
That's what I was going to ask. What was the logic behind that? Did they ever explain why?
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it's
NASCAR,
got to be
probably
like an
not.
SVG thing, right?
I don't know. But he's not even running full time in Cup, so I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, and I think it's like I feel like NASCAR thinks it's like all wrecks are like sort of equal. It's like it's kind of like I forget who was saying this, but it's like kind of like balls and strikes, where it's like there is a defined strike zone for the most part, and there is going to be times where umpires this year are pretty bad, but they're going to miss a ball or they're going to miss a strike, right? Like there are clearly times like back to the Martinsville Joey and MTJ where that was just clearly a typical bump and run, like no harm, no foul. Yeah, Martin was mad about it as he would be. But this very clearly is Austin Dillon cleaning out 2 guys for no reason. Like if he was a car length back of Joey and bumped him out, sure. Like whatever. It sucks. But that's NASCAR. Like it should be easy to police that. Like we said, in short tracks all across the country, you go if you do 10% of that, you go to the end of the line, right? Where they, get you for a lap or 2. Or they got what's his face, Lance Riggs earlier in the year for half of that for 2 laps. Lane Riggs, yeah. It's it should be, yes. Are you going to mess up a couple calls? Sure, we're all human. We're gonna umpires, referees, they all mess up all the time, but it's pretty clear, like, oh, they bumped him or they got loose in the corner and knocked him up versus what Austin Dillon did, which is terrible.
I mean, it's pretty clear. There's nobody out there that's not going to say Austin Dillon did not intentionally wreck Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin. Like, that is fact. Everybody agrees on that. So is intentional wrecking okay? Yes or no? If it is, then we're kind of opening ourselves up to some weird shit. You know, this is like the WWE defining moment where we decide, is that what we are, or are we a legitimate sport? And unfortunately, I think NASCAR is going to err on the side of not. I mean, I think they'll just do like
entertainment.
Right. They'll do like a points or, monetary fine, something that really they don't give a shit about, because they've gained how much by just moving so far up into the playoffs. They also get extra coverage now, so their sponsors are happy because they'll be in the first round at least, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll get lucky and sneak their way into the next round. So it's all upside for RCR. Even with $100,000 fine, they don't give a shit.
Right.
So I don't know. Where do we go from here? What's stopping what, because Elton Sawyer said, oh, this was right up against the line. Well, where is the line? Where is it? What? I don't know. I don't think anybody
How is this
knows.
not over the line?
We go into the championship race. Can they just clean each other out? Like, I honestly don't know where the line is. And, the playoffs, they were created to create this kind of moment. So, like, if you penalize this and take away the win, then if I'm NASCAR, then what I'm saying is I don't want to create these situations. But really I do, because they're exciting and they're drama filled and they get everybody talking. So it's like, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah. So, this is a manufactured entertainment thing that NASCAR is pretty much made because of how the rules are and the playoff system is. And again, if it's just Joey Logano getting spun here, I think we're all okay with it. And it's NASCAR racing, but it's the fact that you're just wrecking the field to get this win. It's not acceptable. It's not clean driving. There's no skill involved. It shouldn't be allowed in my mind. And I don't find it entertaining. ESPN finds it entertaining, but guess what? ESPN's bankrupt. They're dying. They belong just in the trash can. I don't care about ESPN. So keep your fans that you have, NASCAR. Don't fucking push people out because you're going to allow bullshit. It's not a demo derby. It's a race.
You know what I found funny, though? Speaking of ESPN stuff, and I don't even know where is Pat McAfee on an ESPN show?
ESPN, yeah.
Is he?
Well, so anyway, my line of thinking here is Kyle Busch, back when they were going into the Brickyard, he was on the Pat McAfee show. And they were talking about Ricky Stenhouse. And he said that Ricky Stenhouse, they all call him, Ricky Spinhouse and all that stuff. And apparently Ricky was pissed off, at least according to, I think Corey LaJoy was saying it on his podcast. And then who was the reason for all this drama? Fucking Ricky Stenhouse. I reckon. So I just thought that was really
classic.
Yeah,
What a guy.
Classic Ricky.
Yeah. Well, before we move on here, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. It helps us out. It gets us to the track. It gets us credentials. Anything helps. Thumbs up. All that fun stuff. Also, we have a Toys for Tots Fantasy Football League. If you would like to join, it is kind of free. Donate. Obviously, all proceeds go for buying toys for Tots.
Woohoo.
And on that, let's get back to the race. How was the race overall, guys? We had the option tire. I felt like it made a nice little adjustment for short tracks. We saw guys come through the field pretty quick. I mean, Suarez, I think 5 more laps, he probably would have had a win there. 5 more green laps, I should say. But what did we think about the option?
Well, it's a cool mix-up. I think it was cool to see Suarez take that chance and McDowell take that chance, gain all those positions. I don't know how I feel about the fall off timing. Like I don't know. Like I felt like it was fine. Like if anything, maybe could use them to wear a little bit sooner. I don't know. I felt like it was too close. Like there weren't enough bad laps. But I guess I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that overall. The
Still
total
needs
tire
the
one.
gradual fall off in my mind, like start earlier and
Right.
yeah, it's still just a light switch in my mind where it's good, 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 bad.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that it was weird because I I was like excited for him. I was like, this is cool. This is a cool change. And then I was like, my brain instantly went, oh, this is like a big change. Like this is weird. This is bad. Like like you know what? It's not bad. It's just like the natural thing of like NASCAR's never done the different tire structure, tire models, so tire compounds like within a race. So this is actually a bad thing now because this is changing the sport. I'm like, how that's so stupid. Like that's just a stupid mindset. But like I couldn't help myself to like feel a little bit like I don't like this as much anymore after that. But I don't know. Just
I don't like it.
transparency.
I'm jumping on the traditionalist train. I don't care for it. No, I mean it was an interesting experiment, but I don't know. I'd rather just see like if we can make a softer tire, then let's just make a softer tire and have that regular tire and see what happens. And the reason why I don't like it is because I don't like the idea of like I don't know somebody just holding on to a set of soft tires and getting a late race caution and stealing a win that way. I guess that's strategy and all that stuff, but I don't know. I like everybody being on equal stuff. Like I don't like there being this unbalanced. And I guess you could say it is balanced because they all have the same amount and they choose when to use them, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd just rather see if we can make that softer tire, then just make the softer tire and just run it and see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, the tire worked. Let's just try it.
Yeah. Apparently they can use it. And I mean, all the drivers were saying the softer tire should just be the tire. Like they're saying it did wear and it did fall off. And I think ultimately with this tires, what it kind of reminded me and what I think you'll eventually see from it, because we know, as time goes on, teams get smarter, they figure shit out, and they all figure out the optimum strategy. I think it's ultimately going to just turn into like a road course kind of thing where you'll have like a Daniel Suarez who wants to try to get up and get stage points. He'll take his soft tires early, similar to, staying out for a stage and getting stage points on a road course. You'll take your soft tires early if you can, get track position, get stage points, and then you're screwed later in the race. So I think it'll be eventually you'll just have that mix of like basically two main strategies, guys going for short-term position to try to get stage points, and then guys going for the winning strategy, which is saving your softs for the very end. But I don't know. It's whatever. I just rather see, like I said, the soft tire be the tire.
Yep.
I'm a little torn.
Disagree.
Sorry, Andrew. You can go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I'm my main tear is I never want to like just copy other motorsport, right? Like
yes,
I think that's that's my biggest.
And we've done that so much,
right? That's the thing is this is not the first time we've tried to copy the Formula One product or whatever, just because.
And why would you want to?
Exactly, Formula One sucks.
It's so bad,
but it exploded in popularity. So, I think NASCAR is like, oh, maybe we can copy this a little bit. So maybe let's adopt some of the things. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you see it's like, well, I had one of my comm classes. We read a book. Well, I totally read the book. It was called Steal Like an Artist, where it's like you don't copy, but like you take things that you like and that work well for different artists, and you like kind of make it your own. So it's also like, why not look and see, hey, this is kind of fun with Formula One. You have the different strategies theoretically, even though everyone's up on the same strategy, apart from the guy in 18th who's trying to make it to 16th before the end of the race. Mm-hmm. But like, everyone's, it's this is kind of entertaining, add some entertainment factor. So why not try to emulate this and add this added strategy factor on our sport because it's works for that sport. Why not ours? So it's like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's when it feels like we're copying other motorsport for the sake of copying other motorsport as like a plug and play, like, oh, let's just copy this from this sport because this sport is popular. So then if we do this, we're going to be popular. It's like, well, I don't know. But if we're doing it for the sake of like, hey, this does add a lot of strategy and like really mixes things up, makes things more interesting, then why not throw it in, But I don't know. That's where I'm torn on the subject matter too.
No, I agree. I agree with that because, like, I mean, NASCAR was its most popular when it was its own unique thing. It was completely independent from everything else. And now it just seems like we're trying more and more to get rid of that identity. Like even just
Right.
something as stupid as the 5-lug to single lug wheels. Like it's just, that was a unique identity to NASCAR. Our stock car, everything up to the Gen 6, the tube frame chassis and steel bodies, that was unique to NASCAR. Now we have a sports car like IMSA. And then, like, to your point, you're saying about these different tire compounds, that now that's a component of like IndyCar and Formula One stuff. And it's just, I don't know. Why can't we just be us? Let's just make a better tire and fix the fucking car.
Right.
Because that's ultimately what this is supposed to do.
Does IMSA have multiple tire options?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they have a limit. I don't think they have.
Okay.
I don't think they have different compounds. I could be wrong, but
Indy and F1, I think, are the only two I can think of that have that.
Yeah, I think they're the only ones that have different compounds. I mean, obviously, IMSA has like wet weather tires too. Like, I don't know if they have like a full wet and an intermediate. But
I don't think they do. I think it's just.
I think they might just have wet and slick. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But as far as dry tire compounds, I believe they use now. I think WEC, like the FIA stuff, I think they might have different manufacturers.
I think there is something. I feel like there's some endurance.
Is it Bridgestone? Michelin and somebody else. I don't know. I think there's two different manufacturers that make tires. So they sort of have like a tire war thing, but not
to the same degree. Yeah.
No. But I think there's different tires.
And I think that there's like rallycross. Can't you kind of change your? I don't know if there's different compounds.
I don't even know what the hell they do with rallycross anymore. They're like all electric and all goofed up. Well, at least the nitro circuit stuff or whatever they are.
Yeah,
right. Which nitro is a funny name for an electric car series, but
yeah, nitro injected electric engines.
Yeah.
It's just spilling. It's just simply
like to cool down the battery,
running over the motor and just spilling it through the undercarriage. That's all it's doing. That's funny.
The tire option to me felt like it was when somebody put on the soft tires, it felt like they were on new tires versus old tires, right? They were flying through the field, all that fun stuff. But I agree. Let's get it in the driver's hands. Let's give them the soft tires. Let's let the guys that can save tires show their skills. The guys that can't, they'll get to the front, but they'll fall back. It's just, let's get back to the old way of racing. Just a softer tire and let the drivers do their thing. That's where some of these guys like Josh Berry are going to shine. But I don't know. It was a step in the right direction. The soft tires work. Let's use them at Martinsville. Let's use them at Phoenix. Don't give them the other option. Just softs only.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Carson Hocevar, P8. Good finish. Suarez, where'd he finish? He had a good run. He won a stage. I know he was working his way up at the end.
I think he was going to get sixth up until that caution. I don't know where he ended up falling to. I didn't check. I can look.
But yeah, it was a good weekend for him. He's had a good couple of weeks. He went to Brazil, won a race there.
He finished 10th. That's not as bad as I thought.
Top 10.
I thought he would just get run over.
I mean, he's not known for his restarts, right? So, and I'm sure
right? Kyle Busch finished 12th. That can't be right.
No.
Yeah, he also got married. He also got married in Brazil too. Daniel Suarez.
Suarez, not Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Suarez. Yeah, to be clear, Suarez.
Is Kyle Busch allowed in South America yet?
It's Mexico, and I don't
know. Yeah, but no, good for Suarez. Good couple weeks, married, wins race. I think I saw something though. They had the race taken away from him.
I saw that too, but everyone.
One of them. He won one, and the other one he had taken.
Okay, that's what it was.
So 50.
What did he get it taken away for? I thought I heard it was some like BS or
I don't know.
Oh, whatever.
Apparently, there's more officiating going on in NASCAR Brazil than in the Cup Series. So
weird.
Crazy. There's more officiating in like NASCAR Heat Online.
So yeah. Now here's my thing. Did NASCAR inspect the 3 car at all? Because that car has shown no speed all year long, and then all of a sudden he's the fastest guy. Come on.
That's a little nefarious.
Yeah. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. Last thing that we got to talk about in my mind for this race is after Joey Logano Look,
I
I bet that
You're saying it how I
Logano
spell it.
gets spun. Yeah, gets spun out, and the race is over. He's going down pit road, and everyone's up in arms because he did a burnout with people on pit road, and there's a picture with people holding babies.
Mhm.
Now, have you guys seen the in-car video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't look great.
Don't look great.
But
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say
whole thing-
you said that first bit a little sarcastically, and now you're bringing up the in cars. If that's gonna help your help Logano's case,
it
but
does.
It had the opposite
because-
effect to me, so I'm very curious to hear your
All right.
reaction.
So his car was broken. If you watch that full video at the beginning, for him to move, he had to dump the clutch. He was pretty much
Right.
doing a burnout every time
Sure.
to move. So he's moving in a broken car. We have just fans out on the track, and now 3 of us have had credentials. We've been to a race. When that race ends, when are you allowed to go on pit road?
All the cars
When
are stopped.
all cars
Yeah.
are stopped.
Yeah.
Were all cars stopped?
Not even close.
Why the fuck were people with babies out on pit road? And they're not out on pit road. They're in the lanes for cars. Like,
Right.
this is a NASCAR failure in my mind. Like,
Oh yeah.
Logano's pissed off. I get it. There's people in front of you. He's a professional driver. He's not going to run them over. So get the
What-
fuck over it.
was
It's
that
not
not-
some guy in a Mustang doing a fucking burnout. It's
Tony
fucking
Stewart from the dirt track, however many years ago, has entered the chat.
Yeesh. People forget.
Yeah.
People
Don't
forget.
forget.
Yikes.
Here's my was that not I just only watched the clip once, I'll be honest, all the way through. But was that not like Austin Dillon's like family?
Yeah.
No.
I think it was. I thought it was.
I thought it was. I thought it was
It
like
was.
the I
To
thought
me, it
him
looked like
and his
Tyler Reddick's wife at one point.
Let me go back and watch because my thought was because the thing is, if it's Austin Dillon's family, he's got to throttle up to go past him, but he throttles up when he's going when he's right by him. So that's
There's a
why
little
I almost
extra zest on
reinforced.
that
I'm like,
pedal.
that was exactly. I'm like that was definitely Austin Dillon's people because he was proving a point to them, and he knew it was Austin Dillon's people. So I gotta find that video because I'm fairly certain that was like Austin Dillon's like family and like the people that were here. It is. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, here. Let me see.
Bad radio.
That-
Bad radio here.
So it looks like the last one to jump out of the way is Tyler Reddick's wife. And I'm guessing she's holding Bo. Who the other people with the babies, that's not Austin Dillon's wife.
I mean, how'd the baby get to him in victory when he was doing the burnout, though?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I don't get like who else would be out that far besides Austin Dillon's people. Tyler Reddick, like why is Tyler Reddick's people walking across pit lane whenever all the cars are still going? If it's it makes sense to be Austin Dillon's people because they're trying to get over there once he finishes his burnout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't.
I'm pretty sure
disagree.
Austin
I
Dillon.
mean, they had
said
to jump.
Okay,
out of the
hold
way.
on. So there's an opening right there. So my guess is whoever is supposed to stop the fans from going out did not.
There's
And-
officials standing there with them though.
There is, and he should have told them to get the fuck back.
But I think that's
I
Austin
got
Dillon's people
screamed
trying
at.
to take them out there.
I got screamed at by some little old lady at Kansas because I tried to get over the wall after all the cars had passed. And I got screamed at. And it was just like, first of all, fuck you, lady.
So you got
Second
your
of
own,
all-
you got your own personal trauma that you're dealing with. That,
Yes.
Yeah, this sounds like you're projecting a little bit.
But
Andrew, I'll
these
be honest.
people are carrying babies. Like,
So
what the
so Joey
fuck?
should throttle up at them, like
That's-
you
Yes.
see them from a mile away.
100%. That's just full permission to just run them the fuck over.
Like he can
you shouldn't
stop.
be here.
He can stop, slow down. They're gonna look over, and be like, "Oh shoot, there's a car coming. Let's back up." But he throttles when he's still probably like a decent ways away from him, but still like you can honk your horn to like put the clutch in and rev it up to like let them know like, "Hey, get the fuck out of
Oh,
the
he
way."
did that.
Without
Don't worry,
he
did
did with the clutch halfway pulled out towards engaged on the actual gear. So no,
Yeah.
he's.
He
I'm
was-
pretty sure it's
saying-
Austin Dillon's kid because that's a little baby wearing pink, and
This
this little
is
baby
a
that they handed.
failure by NASCAR. They should not allow people out there. Like, some official should never be an official again.
You know,
because-
two parties can be wrong, right?
But
Oh, yeah.
but sure. But why? Like, why is
But,
he?
okay,
why is
in
he
the
over
heat
there
of the
anyway?
moment-
Why is he trying to pass all these cars to get up there? Why is he not in line?
Oh, you know.
Because he's
You just
mad.
got dumped. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
but that doesn't justify him almost running over a girl
He's-
holding a baby.
Oh, he's pissed off. He's hot. He's got that road rage syndrome going on.
He's seeing red for sure, but still,
Yeah.
I don't care how much red you're seeing.
the fuck
You'll
out of the
throttle
way.
up at a girl holding a baby.
I mean, it wasn't at them. He was like already moving. He
They're the first
stopped,
people he was gonna
and they
hit.
moved out of the way, and he
They
throttled
jumped
up.
out of the way. Let's make that clear. They had to
He
jump
stopped.
out of the way.
He stopped. Then they jumped out of the way.
Okay, he's still
Watch it
rolling
again.
towards him.
Now I gotta look.
I
So
get your
call
point,
you.
but also
Drake, send me
no.
the link. Where are you watching this?
Okay, hold on.
It's on the show sheet.
No,
Oh, is it?
No,
You
no,
got
no,
it.
it's not.
Drake's got
Yeah,
a
it
good
is.
clip.
I
I'm
think
sure.
it probably is. I'm just stupid.
But I'm
Send
just
it in
saying,
Discord.
like, is he in the
I-
right? No. Like, I get it, but I don't think we need to be up in our arms over this. I think NASCAR needs to look at their procedures a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep people off pit road when the cars are still moving because that's the procedure. But
Yeah, I get it, but I don't,
Yeah,
like,
I
you know,
mean, shit, that's bad, dude.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing if it's like, hey, someone walked onto an airport runway and got hit by a plane. That's not on the pilot. Pilot's got no control over that. If I'm driving down a residential street and someone's jaywalking, I'm not flooring it. like
I don't see a problem. Sorry, I didn't know it.
Yeah, and the whole time he's driving down pit lane, like he's sliding. You're right, but then he just fucking gooses.
he's
it.
throttling.
Yeah.
That's 100% Austin Dillon's people because that's the little baby that they handed him in the pink, and then like that's the guy. Those are the people on the TV show with him. Like that's 100% Austin Dillon's people.
So it's
so
the
he's-
baby's fault.
What? That's the worst logic I've ever heard in my life. No, it's like I don't know. Like I get your point. He's mad, whatever. But it like just because there's people who are where they shouldn't be doesn't mean you get the right to throttle up at them.
Even
Like-
if he's in line with everybody else, I don't have a problem with this. But like
No.
he is way out of line. Like
There's guys that are too wide farther back on pit road, but you can watch and they're all merging into the one lane like you're supposed to do. And then he's throttling up. Clearly he's in the wrong because that dude comes at the very end of that clip. That dude's like coming at him, yelling at, like screaming at him because he's like, again, you know, he was fine to do burnouts because he had to do that to move the car, but not fine to do burnouts at people out of line.
You know, you add in the fact, like you said, his car is broken and he's just fucking standing on it. Like you don't fully know where that thing's gonna go.
Yeah. I will say I think it got a little away from him because it definitely turned left.
It looked like
after
the
he
one
passed. I
time,
was like,
yeah.
"Ooh." And that's when the guy started yelling at him. But
Yeah,
I just, again, the people shouldn't have been there.
I mean,
And I think
yeah,
this all could have been
I
avoided.
will agree that the people should not have been allowed on the pit road, but I will also say that's a dick move. He shouldn't do that.
Wait, Joey Logano being a dick? No way.
I know.
Like,
No.
Weird. Well, why are you defending the shit out of him? I'm mad
hey,
enough.
you said that you were, or no, that was Drake that said that he was.
I'm pissed off enough that Austin Dillon made me fucking be on Team Joey. Like, I don't need to be on Team Joey about this. I want to get back to calling him an asshole.
All right. Anybody else got anything for the cup race?
Wait and see what penalties are. Bob said tomorrow, I think so.
Joey Logano will get a giant fine.
For
Points
sure.
He will,
penalty.
yeah.
Austin Dillon will get a fine
And
and
points.
And yeah, I think
He
season
should-
points.
he
He
should-
won't lose his watch. He won't lose his playoff points.
He should
Yeah.
lose his playoff spot, but they won't. NASCAR doesn't have the balls to do
That'd
that.
be the
No.
smart thing to do.
of course not.
It
Well,
would be
it's not-
smart
I don't really
to
know
do.
if it's I don't really know if it's the balls thing. It's just I think it's contradictory to their message that they want to send about the playoffs, which is
Put
wins are
NASCAR
everything.
next to his name in the winner's book, and let's move on. Like remove him from the
Yeah.
playoffs. He keeps the win. Move on.
All right,
playoff
take him out of driver playoffs and let him stand for owner.
Well, just him moving up that 16 spots is millions of dollars for that team. Like
$2 million per Denny.
We cannot like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just setting the wrong.
So take him out of the playoffs and put Jeff Gordon in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not only does this create just drama, period, but it's going to create drama with the points.
It's tight.
Yeah. So this knocks Chris Buescher technically out of the playoffs. He's now 17th. Ross is tied 3 down and 18th. Bubba is on the bubble. Ty Gibbs is 16 above Bubba. And then you have Truex, who is 78 points up. What do you guys think?
It's sad too, because I think what was it? Kansas, where Buescher could have doored Kyle for a win and he didn't, and now he's about to be out of the playoffs because of that. So the one nice guy left.
You mean where Kyle doored the fuck out of Buescher? Yeah.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
But see, that's my other thing is we got a guy moving up from 32nd in points, knocking guys like Chris Buescher out.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Buescher's been decent all season.
I've said it before. I think, and I know NASCAR won't do this because again, it takes away some drama. But if you would get away from win and in for the playoffs, I think I could 100% be behind the playoff system. Like if you just did it purely by points, point eliminations, make wins worth more if you want. But like, I hate the idea of what you just said. You know, Austin Dillon knocking Chris Buescher out.
Yeah,
this is horse shit.
Yep. Do we see any? Who makes it here? I honestly, with Daytona coming up, do any of them make it?
Yeah, I mean, we could have another wild card
down enough too. Does he make it?
Nobody's safe. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
even not super. If he has a bad race or two,
I mean, Toyota keeps fucking blowing motors.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
He's one blown motor away from being right there. So. Yeah, he's got to worry. I'll tell you what else is getting excited. I don't know if you mentioned this. I wasn't paying too much attention. But the battle for the championship, the
just
regular
about
season
to get
championship.
To that. Yep.
Holy shit! Like, why are we not talking about this more?
Yeah. Oh, I bet you're going to start hearing about it this week.
I just mean, you know, like you don't. I had no idea it was this close between 4 people. That's nuts.
Well, yeah. I mean, a couple of weeks ago when we talked about it, it was all 4 within 15 points. I think Reddick was 15 back. Now Reddick's in second, 5 back.
I thought Denny was out of it because he was like 50 points back after Indy or something like that. And then Larson just didn't really show up and Denny got a lot of points. So he came back.
Yeah, he was 43 back after Indy. So
yeah, I didn't think he'd be able to come back from that, but here he is.
Yeah.
So
it was Chase was 10 back, Reddick was 15 back, and then Hamlin 43. So they all closed the gap, and here we are. It's going to come down to it.
Points rate get out of these last 3 races. Like I don't care about anything else. I'm points.
If you're Tyler Reddick, you have to. Like,
yeah,
you're not making it into the playoffs that far without the season championship. Like I don't know how many he's got, but it's like 5 freaking bonus points. Whereas our championship points,
he has 8.
Fuck, they're called.
He has 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's 6.
Yeah, how many? What's Kyle Larson have right now?
28.
Yeah, so you're 20 points behind going into the playoffs already.
Yeah, I don't want Larson to win it because obviously I'm not a huge Larson fan, but then like he's basically locked in. He's got 21.
Yeah, so I don't want either of them. I want
Denny
to
I do want Denny Hamlin to win championship. So
yeah, I kind of do too. I don't want a Mark Martin kind of legacy for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've become more and more of a Denny fan. I just hate everybody saying, "Oh, you have a championship." Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My bias, I want Tyler Reddick to win. I'm sure.
Oh, sure.
Joe wants Chase Elliott to win it, but
of course, or Byron.
It's honestly both those drivers really need it if they really want to contend to make the Final 4. But did you say Byron?
I said or Byron.
He's not winning the
Byron
regular season championship.
Can't
We're talking about regular season, Joe.
Regular season.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Then Chase.
But speaking of Byron, where has he kind of been at?
Oh,
yeah, honestly,
he was super hot at the start of the season and sort of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. He only has one additional. He doesn't have a lot of playoff points. He's only got the 15 for his wins and one extra. So he's got to start stacking some points there.
The only thing I can think is that team's just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks, just so they can, go into the playoffs with.
Maybe.
a little.
with their
more
win
data than
count,
everybody.
why not try some
We
different
know-
stuff?
We know Hendrick and how they operate, all one organization. So maybe he's like the experimental car. Like it's so hard to read with them because they could just be trying shit with, like you said, with Byron to maybe help all 4 cars
right
in the playoffs. So because Bowman, you can't really experiment much with him. You want him to do as good as he can. Elliott's sort of the same boat.
Yeah, he needs some more playoff points for sure.
Yeah. And then maybe Larson, they want to try to win the regular season championships, or maybe Byron's just your guy who's like in a good enough spot that he doesn't have to worry every week, but you can kind of play around with different setups or whatever. I don't know.
I think you're going to see a lot out of Bowman the next couple of weeks, but
I hope so.
That's just a feeling, especially at Daytona. I think it's going to have 300 cars pushing him. But yeah, no, it's the season championship. It's coming down to it. It's pretty exciting in my mind. I wish they would talk about it on the broadcast a little bit more.
Right.
3 races left. I think, man, they got to.
I mean, the implications are huge.
Yeah. All right.
You can basically walk to the round of 4. I mean, like we talked about last year.
Truex to it.
Exactly. Truex just did nothing in the playoffs and almost made it to the championship round. Yep. I think had he not had, what was it, like a motor blow up in Homestead or something, whatever he had at Homestead, had that not happened, he probably makes a championship 4 still.
Yeah, after having like the worst fucking 8 races or whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right. So trucks, Majeski wins. Nothing exciting there. Woo! Let's get into the news. LaJoy
Are trucks in their playoffs now?
No.
It kept making.
They do start weirdly early. I feel like.
Are you sure? Because they were already calling Christian Eckes the winner. No. I think they were already calling Christian Eckes the regular season champion. You might want to check that. I feel like they started already. Like this was their cutoff race.
Really?
I want to say, I could be wrong, but they start. Drake's right. I think they start stupid early because they don't race.
I know they start early, but
let me look up Jayski.
On
Saturday
they don't race
again for a while.
Yeah, he clinched it on Saturday night. So Christian Eckes, regular season champion of the Truck Series. That's crazy.
Nice.
When do they race next?
I was just trying to look it up. But Jayski's not.
Milwaukee Mile on August 25th. So you'll skip this weekend and then they'll go to Milwaukee. Man, I might have to go up for that. I like Milwaukee Mile. Good track. All right. LaJoy, out of the 7. Austin, how you feeling?
I meant to say this, that one of the episodes I missed, but it's become so hard to be a LaJoy supporter.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I think you missed Pocono after him and Kyle Busch got into it.
Yeah.
And
he's just, I don't know, man. Like I still like the guy. I still think he's a talent. I think he makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, he does.
And that's the issue.
Where does he go from here? Because there's not really
there's not a lot.
He's got to go back.
He's got to go. Yeah. He's doing the John Hunter.
I think he's doing the John Hunter. I think he's going to go back to trucks.
I think his John Hunter is going to be more like a Matt DiBenedetto, though.
That's my fear, is that it's not going to be a John Hunter, because John Hunter was out driving that 38. And I'm not saying LaJoy's not out driving the 7. Someone's not a great car. I think he has outdriven it before, not so much right now. But I think it's hard with the mistakes he made that I think it's going to be hard for any top performing truck team to want to pick him up.
Yeah.
So I could see him going to a kind of a more Matt DiBenedetto kind of route.
Carson is cooking him right now too. So
yeah, I don't know, man. I still deep in my heart. Do I?
You think it's the same car that Carson's got? I don't think it is.
Not Richmond, was it?
No.
He was driving. He got a motor out of a Chevy Cruze.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're not with our team anymore? Here's the Prius engine. Enjoy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. deep in my heart, I still believe Corey LaJoy is an underrated driver. I think it's just hard with the mistakes he's made recently. Everyone makes mistakes, but when the mistakes he's made, they're very hard to overlook. So I don't know. I would like to see him do well. I'd like to see him go to a good truck team, kind of stack some more pennies, if you will. But I don't know, man. I just don't see him going anywhere good at this point, especially if nothing's been announced. I know it's still early, like we're on, 2/3 through the season, whatever. But it's still I feel like around this time, especially if you're now announced out of your cup ride, I don't know, if you don't have anything lined up at this point, I feel like that's kind of a sign that, because when John Hunter left, I'm pretty sure he had that ride lined up, which is why he left. And this is a involuntary leaving.
Yes.
Where he's now kind of scrambling for a ride. No good seats open. He's going to a mid-tier or lower tier team and going to have to really crawl his way back up.
Yep. He's got to have some money or sponsorship behind him. I mean, he's stayed in Cup for a while. He moved straight up the Cup for,
He
so
did.
I don't know.
Who's replacing him, you think, though? I can't figure this out.
I know. Who goes to the 7? Spire's got, I don't know.
I don't know. This is what you now have the 7, and then you have the 2 SHR charters, which are theoretically going to Trackhouse and Denny. So you got.
Is it SVG?
SVG could. Okay. Then who gets the other Trackhouse spot if they get a charter?
See, that's the thing, is they got so many people in the pipeline, like we've talked about it before.
And they just, I don't know if we mentioned it, but they re-signed Daniel Suarez. So
yeah, that's locked in.
So he's back for a year.
At least a year, yeah. So
I was watching a podcast and they're talking about Daniel Suarez getting re-signed. Like, nobody's really surprised by that. I was like, the fuck they aren't. I thought for sure he was gone.
We talked about it when it first happened, and we had somebody, and it was.
I'm careful what to say here, but
don't want to leak nothing.
Do we know where Zane is going?
See, that was the other
He's
one.
in the trucks.
He's with Trackhouse.
No, he's with.
Wasn't he like leased to Trackhouse? I thought
he's Inspire 71 truck.
Yeah.
So he's not at Trackhouse at all. That was whenever he said he was at Trackhouse, that was not correct. He's
Trackhouse Cup, right?
It was it was
right.
It was like a weird split thing. Like he was part of both.
He's like loaned out. Yeah.
I think he's loaned to Trackhouse though. I think his full-time Spire.
Okay.
So the thought is with Corey being gone, now that Cup seat opens up for him to go to the 7 or the 77 or whatever, or the 71 or whatever third car they have.
Do they own all 3 of those charters? Right.
Good question. I don't think they did. I think they do now.
No, they do. They do.
They do. Yeah. Okay. So
they were one of the first teams to start just buying charters, and
that Spire has a lot of. I've heard it from some I know Spire. I don't know if it's public, but I've heard from people, sources, that Spire's got a shit ton of money behind them right now that they're kind of sitting on, and they're about to throw. Again, that could be very public, and I'm just forgetting that because I know they're moving up in the Chevy world. But I think they just have tons of money.
They got to be Hendrick Jr. They seem like Hendrick Jr. Right
they
now.
are at this point. They're stepping up to be, at least.
They did buy the 78 charter going into this year, so they go the 3rd. Yeah,
I just don't know how you sign Rodney, you get all this money.
Oh, that's who it was.
It's
Sam Mayer.
Oh, gross.
Oh, yeah, that's who we're thinking. I mean, they're talking about Justin Haley, but I thought he was already committed to Rick Ware.
Justin Haley's committed to RFK.
Yeah, he's committed to RFK through Rick Ware, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So they were talking. I heard a couple podcasts mention Haley. I'm like, I thought he was kind of locked in, but maybe not. Contracts are just pieces of paper after all, so who knows? But Mayer was the one we were thinking because
Sam Mayer.
He's not announced to be at JRM next year.
Yeah, Connor Zilich, JRM 88. They announced that Allgaier and Sammy Smith are the other drivers.
And I hate that move of Sam Mayer because then you're spending all this money to have arguably a worse driver than Corey LaJoy. He's one. You have to take, in my mind,
that's why you got Rodney.
Stuff, yeah, but why would you pair Rodney with a guy who's not ready? In my mind, you're getting Rodney. yeah, money. But like thinking about it logically, like Rodney doesn't have too many years left in his career because he's kind of an older guy too, right?
Yeah.
He's been around for a while. So you're not going to want to waste time developing a young driver, getting them up to speed, because we always hear it takes like 3 years for a driver to become competent and capable of winning in Cup. So you're not going to want a young guy to come in and have to waste that Rodney time that you have developing a young guy. You'd think you'd want to hit the ground running, you know. And I thought I heard them say that. Like I thought I heard somebody from Spire say, we want to be able to win straight off the bat. So you can't have a rookie come in. You can't have a young guy come in. You got to have like an experienced guy. So I don't know. This is gonna be one of the more puzzling ones because I can't quite figure out which direction they might go.
Yeah, it's
because you got to go up from Corey. Otherwise, why would you make a lateral move?
Money.
Yeah, that
Cash money.
I mean, in my mind, it's Sam Mayer and only Sam Mayer. But you know who else that we've kind of been saying is going to move up to Cup a little too early and is a Spire driver technically right now? It's Raja.
I don't see Raja.
No,
I don't either. But
I don't think so.
I just think that
I wouldn't want it to be
have
Raja
the
either.
backing. I don't want it to be either.
Because the pressure he'd be under would be. No, you don't want to step into that.
I'm just saying, those are the two drivers that could possibly sneak in. Sam Mayer, I think, is just a solid like shoe-in, especially since we know he's not going to be a JRM. Where's he going? He's got to go somewhere. He's won races this year. He's going to be in the playoffs in Xfinity again. He almost won the championship last year. He's going to Cup. What Cup seats are open? Okay, it's a Chevy. It's a Spire, man. Like, where else is he going to go?
Don't know. Guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Time will tell. They got announced somebody kind of soon.
What do you guys think of the Zilich to JRM?
Good move, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do.
That'll be good for them.
Yeah,
we'll see how good he really is. Like, I mean, I know he's won ARCA races, but I just
JRM's been kind of off this
ARCA's
year.
like, eh. Well, that's what I said about Sammy Smith. Like, I couldn't believe Sammy Smith went from JGR to JRM. Like, unless it was like he had to, but like if that was like a choice, like it just seemed like a weird move because JRM just isn't.
Well, I say they've been off,
were.
But you get all these random people like Quapple and Bubba Pollard and them coming up and doing really well. So I don't know. Maybe
they do good, but they don't win.
Well, Brandon Jones is one of their drivers.
Quapple's had definitely.
That's why.
Oh yeah, Jones is out at JRM also.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why they're probably
that Menards money run out.
Yeah.
So
finally, Joe's also on record in our Discord saying that he thinks Brandon Jones would be a good addition to JRM.
When did I plead the fifth?
You said that after.
You said that right after he signed. Yeah.
Because I gave you shit because you used to make fun of Brandon Jones when he was on JGR, and then the second he gets announced to JRM, you're like, I think Jones will do all right.
Well, I'm glad to be proven wrong on that.
Yeah.
One thing about Joe, he's a loyalist, and I love that about you, Joe.
Yeah. He is a homer through and through.
I love, and I mean that sincerely. I really do love that you.
Joe would buy an Austin Dillon diecast if he was driving for Hendrick tomorrow.
That's a line I will not cross.
You bought a Kyle Busch diecast because App State. Because
you don't have to see them.
And that's fine. And I love that about you because you're such an App State homer that you're going to buy one of your least favorite drivers diecast because you're such an App State homer, and that's great. And I have no problem with that. Switch teams all you want. That's fine. Root for your people. I love it.
Well, speaking of Jones, Eric Jones re-signs with Legacy Motor Club through 2026. So. I kind of hate that for him because I think he's better than that team.
Yeah, just no spot. Well, I guess he could go up to 2311, but they don't have a charter for him.
Well, they do, but they don't.
Right.
Which Netflix documentary is happening, but none of the teams are on board because they don't have a charter negotiation. So,
I mean,
your ball, NASCAR, like. You got to do something. Apparently, something's in the works, but Denny hasn't officially announced it. He'll be the one to.
Yeah, I have yet to hear Denny say, "Yeah, we got something."
Yeah, once I hear Denny says he's happy, then
fair play to the teams, because I mean NASCAR is we all think that, like, NASCAR doesn't see the value that the teams really truly bring or appreciate their value or whatever. So here's an opportunity for the teams to show, what, if we don't play ball, you do lose value. It does hurt. And Denny said in one of his podcasts that nobody's going to really budge on this deal until somebody starts to feel a hurt. So we'll see how far down that road we go.
Yeah, man, that would just honestly kill the sport because the documentary was good. I mean, obviously it had me in it. So
we were talking about,
I was on TV.
Drake was talking about,
those pixels there.
Drake was talking earlier when we were talking about the tire compound, like NASCAR looking at different things, what can we take from these other sports and be successful? And that show is actually the kind of thing we need to be focusing on.
Yeah.
Like your drive to survive. Like, really, our product isn't what we should be fucking with. It's how we present ourselves, how we show ourselves to the world, and documentary shows like that are awesome and get people super excited. So, I mean, F1 proved that.
I'm just disappointed it's not a full season thing this year. Like, they were at Daytona. I thought they were actually going to do it, and then no, didn't happen. All right. Brazil rumored to host the Clash in 2026.
Where at?
Brazil. I don't know. Wherever freaking Suarez raced at, that's probably where. It's summertime in Brazil. It'll be nice. I guess, for it. It's better than Bowman Gray in the cold.
Yeah.
Well, Bristol Motor Speedway will have a full attendance for the MLB game in 2025. Another sport outselling NASCAR seats at Bristol.
Hey, I said this in Discord. Marcus got his Bristol dirt somehow.
Yeah. I mean,
sort of. A little
guess.
bit. Yeah.
They're not selling that place out for the baseball game.
100%. I bet it sells out.
Most of them seats are gonna be dog shit.
This
Don't matter.
Zach. This is Braves country. It's the Braves versus the Reds.
They're gonna fill 180,000 seats.
No, they won't.
I bet they will. Oh, 100%.
They're gonna fill 180,000 seats.
Some special thing? Yeah, I bet they do. I bet they do. The college football game sold it out. It's happening.
College football. I believe college football over baseball.
I mean, that was Tennessee too. So
yeah, Tennessee definitely.
Especially because most of the seating, you're not going to have a great view, just because of the nature, like the shape of a baseball.
I'm telling you, Bristol, even in the nosebleeds, it's still decent.
Some of the seats you're going to be just looking at the back of bleachers.
No, I'm telling you,
I don't think
they got that place set up. I bet it sells out.
Revisit this next year when they're there.
Chat, remind us. We'll forget. Yep. When is it? 2025. So
it's
it'll be
in
next
summer at some point. Yeah.
We're gonna be able to tear that down pretty damn quick because we got our cup race not that long from there. What is it, like a month away?
I mean, how quick did they get the dirt out last time? It was pretty quick. So
I guess it's probably easier to take it all out than it is to build it.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Kill count. Austin Dillon. He's getting 2 because he wrecked 2 people. Ricky Stenhouse gets 1. That's only the second for the year, so good for him. If it was self spins, though, that number would be a lot higher.
Yeah.
Let's go to Survivor, Zach.
Survivor. How do we do? I don't even know.
I
forgot who I picked most of the time. Yeah, you did. Seabell.
Your boy tried to screw me out of that one.
Dude, he's so fast at Richmond, but then he's too fast on pit road. That's like his 3rd consecutive speeding penalty at that place, I think.
Too fast.
Yeah. Slow it down here on pit road, Bell. You're fine. Did show really good speed though, so that was exciting for me. So yeah, he finished 6th. So Andrew wins. Drake had Kyle Larson, who was 7th. And
one
then
position away from 3-peat, baby.
Oh dang! Look at you.
Yeah.
Called a comeback.
All that.
I had Barry, who I thought he was going to do good, and then all of a sudden he just fell off. But he finished 14th, and then Joe had Gregson, who was 20th.
Nice.
Joseph, who you taking?
Topher Bell. Christopher Bell.
Yeah.
Solid pick.
Great pick. Me. I'm going to take old Ricky Stenhouse.
Or Ricky.
Yeah.
Good pick. I like him this week.
I think he's got decent speed at these bigger tracks, and there's not too much stuff for him to hit. So we'll see how he does.
Nice wide track for him to just.
Yeah. Plenty of space.
Sure.
Yep.
Drake.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Brad K.
Brad K.
Pretty good at
Brad
Michigan.
Keselowski has won this race.
And RFK cars kind of fell off too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they were a lot stronger, sort of.
The Busher, man, I expected a lot more just through the summer from Busher, and I haven't really seen much. So,
yeah.
We're getting down to it. And I just, it's Austin Cinder because I don't have anything else. I was gonna pick Ricky, but I'm calling my shot. Ricky next week, Reddick at Darlington. So, you guys have already picked him. I can do that. Got to catch Zach. I'm 9 points back.
9 points. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it for Survivor. We only got 3
what's
weeks.
the overall? Did you do an overall points update?
Overall score, we can do that. I am leading with 67. Andrew is second with 58. Joe is third with 56. And Drake, surprisingly, has rallied. I mean, you were way far back. But
I was way back, and now I'm knocking on the door.
Yeah. I mean, you're almost
within Austin Dillon this last few weeks. Right?
Yeah. You're within 10 points of Joe now. So
okay, well, we'll see.
I'm just saying, Joe, you
had
a hellacious
Andrew.
lead.
I'm within 10 points of Andrew too.
Dang, look at that.
Yeah,
Joe, you had a hellacious lead at the beginning. Like, I was like, how are we going to catch Joe?
I told you he did it last year too. He started off so strong. Like, what the hell? And then like
I think you were like 15, 20 points ahead of me at one point. And I was second. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Do we have a playoff points update? We'll have to figure that out here soon.
I don't know if it's mathing correctly. I haven't checked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do have an OnlyFans. Do we want to do that this week or next week? We're at hour 10 minutes.
We can do it.
All right.
Let's knock it out. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Shane asked, who are the future drivers? I can't talk. Who are the future drivers of the Cup Series with guys like Truex, Denny, Kyle, and Brad aging out?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking guys currently in the series? Because I guess you could always talk about who the future is if you wanted to go all the way down, like Arca or Keelan Harvick in late models. So maybe we just do active drivers.
Let's active drivers in NASCAR series. Arca is not a NASCAR series.
That's a great question.
You see, like Reddick.
I'm gonna do Cup. I'm gonna stick with Cup just because I feel like that's like your 5 to 10 year window. Reddick's a good one. Keep going, Joe. I was
gonna say Reddick, and then my homer, I'll say like Byron or Chase will still be around.
Byron's kind of already there, I think. Well, I guess he's not a superstar.
He's still pretty young, so he'll be around.
Like, yeah,
I mean, it's just future drivers, so it's. I mean,
I'd say
counts.
Yeah, I think Byron definitely qualifies.
That's fair. All right, I'll homer a little bit. I'm gonna say Bell. I think Reddick has potential. I think if Ross can get faster cars, he'd be one that I think could be like, sort of big time later in his career. I thought I had a fourth, but now I can't think of him. That might be it.
I think I'm just kind of looking through the standings, and there's a guy kind of towards the bottom that I think has a lot of talent, and I feel like people don't really talk about him enough. He's only had 6 starts this season, but like, I feel like, I don't know, just give him a good car, who knows what he'll do. But this Jimmy Johnson guy, I don't know. I think he's got some
He could be a champion.
I could see him being a 7-time champion, actually. So
7.
Yeah, I'm calling my shot here. I'm putting money on that. He's gonna
have to have a good crew chief though.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, get him a check and house car, and we'll see how he does. But no, I don't know. I think honestly, like, he's grown on me, but Noah Gragson, I think he's definitely up and coming. He did really well in Xfinity. I could see him, getting a better ride and making more of a name for himself. Same with Hocevar, again, like a guy that I used to really not like, but has grown on me a lot. Carson. I think he's got a lot of talent, especially the way he's driving that 77 car of all cars. I think he's got some potential for sure. Zane Smith, I could see the same thing. Depending on where he ends up this season. Either way, I think, Spire's another team, I think either way he's gonna end up in like a mid-pack car, see him out driving it. So those are my. And I know he's not an active Cup driver, so I don't want to break the rules there. But assumedly, one way or another is probably going to end up in the Cup Series here soon. But those are kind of my main three. A bunch of young guns who I could see rising to be some real like future stars.
Hocevar's a good one, especially if he can stop doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
the
think
main
he's
thing with
matured
him.
a lot, and that's why I like him more. That I've seen a lot of growth in him, but
Mhm.
obviously still doing stupid stuff here and there. But
He's the future Joey Logano.
don't do that. Don't do
Tell me
that.
I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong because it's you're right.
Well, as long as he doesn't burn out towards a baby, I think I'll let it slide. So
It was multiple babies.
okay, you're right.
Ah.
Never mind, it's fine. Yeah.
I mean, if we're just sticking to Cup Series, it's pretty easy for me. It's Bell, it's Reddick. Those are going to be guys that I could see winning multiple championships. I don't know. First off my mind, it was Corey Heim. I think he's going to be really big in the Cup Series here in the future.
Heim time.
Yep. If he lands in that 2311 third car next year, he's going to win races. And he's going to have a bright future. If he ends up, what was the rumor? He was going somewhere stupid. I don't love that. But I don't know. We talked about Connor Zilic and, Mozak, Honeycutt, Love. Those are all guys that I think we'll hear names in the future.
Yeah, I'm really
And
excited to
then-
see what Connor can do next year.
Yeah. I like the move of him going to Xfinity and not
Mhm.
sticking around in trucks, because I think you get stuck in trucks and you're just screwed.
Trucks is just dog shit most of the time. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we hear it transfers over to Cup easier, but you don't learn racing skill or craft, I feel like.
Right.
So
Did I turn on the truck race? I don't know. Well, Saturday night, I turned it on,
Yeah.
and it was like lap 150. Dude, they were pacing for like ever. Like they had a long ass caution, and then they wreck again, and then they had another long ass caution, and they did something else, and another long. Like it's like holy shit, fuck trucks. That's why I don't watch. It's so bad.
All right. No, great question. If you guys want to submit an OnlyFans question, YouTube, Spotify, they both have comments, things that we can do. Go to our website,
Text
the
us.
GWC pod.
Mhm.
Yeah, text us, Discord,
give out your
join our
number.
Discord. We need to get a link for the Discord. Get some fresh faces in there
Come on.
instead of just talking to Dangle all the
I'll
time.
think about it.
Yeah.
It's technically my Discord, so I guess
Should we
I'll
make
that
a
decision.
GWC Discord? I was wondering that.
Good.
Should we make one for
I'm
us?
fine with it.
There'd be at
Yeah.
least 5 people in there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Brandon, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
you, Brandon.
I wouldn't be in it, so it'd be Dangle, you 3, and
Oh,
Brandon. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I think I'm a little too good for
Richie?
it. I don't know. Yeah.
Gotta get Richie in there.
If Richie ever says anything
Is he
ever.
alive?
Good question.
All right. We didn't talk about Michigan. We excited for Michigan? I think it'll be a good race.
Except
Yeah,
Michigan. I always
Michigan-
this car, I feel
Yeah.
like Michigan.
Yeah,
I-
it'll be a good race for sure.
I really wish I got to go this year, but not enough likes, subscribes, thumbs up.
Guilt people into it. There you go.
I think it'll probably
Yeah.
probably be the best race of the next 3. Would be my guess
Yeah.
as an overall
Daytona-
race product.
I'm not excited for Daytona.
I don't love this car on plate tracks. It's just not great.
It is not.
I think it's going to be team order race just to get people in the playoffs.
I mean, it usually
But,
turns into that, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll be as bad because it's not the cut race. So is that pressure? Like that's why I hate. Like I get that this year's a sort of funky because the Olympics screwed everything up. but
Richmond's not a cut race, and look at what we just saw.
that's true.
True.
Good point.
So I think it's going to be a lot of drivers trying to get that spot. I mean, you're going to see even like Corey LaJoy with his lawnmower out there trying to win the race.
Mm-hmm.
Got some head-to-heads. Elliott versus Joey. I'll go Elliott. Austin.
I think Joey.
This is Joe.
Chase, of course.
Zach.
Chase Briscoe.
I'll go Elliott.
All right. Suarez Bowman. That's a weird one. I'm gonna go Bowman.
Suarez for me.
Ooh. Joe.
Oh, sorry. Which one? Bowman.
All right.
It doesn't matter who he's
And-
against. You're going Bowman.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I should've just put it. My bad. And Zach.
I'll go Bowman as well.
That gum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Larson-
wipe the floor.
You're
here.
either gonna be a
Yeah.
be a genius or
I'm gonna win or I'm gonna lose. Y'all are
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
tie or I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Larson Blaney. Larson, obviously.
Yeah. As much as I want to go Blaney just to go against what everyone else is gonna go again.
I'm
gonna
going
go
against it. Blaney.
going Larson.
Blaney for me.
I'll do
Alright.
Blaney. I'll do Blaney as well.
Oh,
What?
Be different.
He's not picking
Wow.
Joe.
I'm not
hates
going
Kyle
straight
Larson.
Not going straight.
You
Hendrick.
heard it
No.
here.
Wow.
Mm.
His HMS.
I take back everything
homerism.
I said earlier about liking the Jose Homer. Clearly, he's not loyal. So
No. Them
Chase
hoes-
Elliott fans don't like Kyle Larson. That's just a fact.
true.
All right. Man, you got anything else? Wrap
Nope.
her up.
Sounds good to
Make
me.
sure make sure to submit an OnlyFans. We'll get a GWC, actual GWC Discord going. Michigan next week. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This is not working for me.
Bye, guys.